Hi everyone, let me show you this empty fly box. It's a box I have had for quite a few years and I've just not used it. It's the original tacky box or silicon box with this company here. It's a magnetic closed one that just closes quite easily. Never get around to filling it, so I'm actually going to put my beaded flies into this one. So I'm actually going to fill a box for myself. I usually go out with dribs and drabs, or a wee packet of this, a wee packet of that. So I've ordered a few beads. I've ordered another fly box, one from Full Mill, a thin one. Now that takes 260 flies. This one I think takes about 160 or so. So there's a few flies you can get into it. Now I'm going to be sticking mainly to, if you're going to stick to sort of patterns tied with hare's ear, pheasant tail, whether it be dyed or whatever, you'll not go far wrong. You can add hackles on them, you can make them smooth, you can do lots of things. You can use lots of different materials. For speed, it's important that you tie these flies quite quick. There's some Madeira threads that I like to use. These are metallic threads. I don't know what, if you look at the packaging that comes in this, this is metallic number 40. There's a heavy metal one, but it's the number 40 I'm using here. So I'll put a link to this box. You'll see the different colours. I also like to use the reason being too as well, Vineyard do a micro glint. It's like a metallic thread, but they do some really nice colours. This one especially, this is brown. I've had lots of fish on that one. The olive, orange, that's black, it's a kind of black pearl. Running out of that one. I usually do quite well with that. So anyway, lots of patterns you can tie with these, and there's a couple of ways you can tie them. Now I'm going to zoom in. I'll tie, basically I'm tying on a larger bead. Two sizes of beads I'm going to be using would be the 3.2 and the 2.8. This one here is a fluorescent white. This one's from Full Mill. You could use the slotted beads or the standard bead. This is just a standard bead, it's up to yourself. It's tungsten, which basically gets it down quick. It's on a size 14. Now I'm using, obviously, you can see number 40, which is the set. I'm not sure the column, COL 270, lot 136, but that's in that box. It comes with that box. It's like a black rainbow, this one. Now you can use it raw, I mean you can tie straight on, and I'll show you. The two I would probably tie, the two styles. So I'd quickly run down, just remove the waste, make a cleaner cut. I'm using Coq de Leon, this is a medium Pardo. This is a whiting medium Pardo. I've got a saddle from them, and that's the one I'm using. So line up the ends by bringing them 90 degrees out. You obviously want a tail, and then you want to build up the body. And just take this all the way up. I'm just going to fold this back. And you can I'm just using this as bulk to bulk it up. It's maybe a wee bit kind of clumsy like, but you can get it to taper. Is the main thing, is to get the taper shape. Yeah, that should do it. And then I'm going to trim this away. Make sure my bead's sitting right the way I like. Now you could put a wee bit of dubbing or something up the front here, but in this one I don't want anything. Just going to build it up. And the whip finish. And then just going to, you can either, like the quick way is, the old way would be to, I usually super glue and then varnish it. But if you use the resins, where is my resin? I've got nothing ready to show you here, but just bring out my torch. So resin onto it. I always put a wee drop in where the bead sits, just to set it first. And then you want to put a wee drop on again. And then what I like to do is just put it obviously at the top here and then run it down. You don't want it touching on the tail. Use your dubbing needle just to sort of lightly apply it to the actual material. And this is a kind of black rainbow, if you want to call it. There's another version where it's got a white thread instead of a black thread. I'm just looking at the shape. Now the main reason for doing this, obviously, it helps it to sink quick. So if you tie up some, just going to set it. Resins, lots of resins out there. I'm using the light bug bond. I'm actually going to put a wee drop on again, just to make sure I want a nicer shape. Just allow it, just to apply the resin on, and then again just lightly tidy things up all the way around. It's a better shape. Once you're happy, set the resin all the way around. You could tie 4 of these, and you'd have, because of the rainbow colour, you'll have practically 3 or 4 different colours. It just depends if there's more pink or more blue or more gold, because that's the sort of blend. But it's a great nymph to use. White bead, this colour works, especially in coloured water. Black especially works in coloured water. Even if you want to fish for rainbows in the small fisheries, this would be a good wee fly. Once you're happy enough, and then you're ready to tie your next fly. Now, a rough version would be the pheasant tail. I'll quickly get one ready. The pheasant tail is just again, same bead. Now, when you're tying these, as I say, just don't go crazy like. Now, just work with certain good materials, pheasant tails, hares, ears, things like that, and you'll not go far wrong. Now the waist piece I'm keeping as a rib, so I'm going to quickly run down. I'm going to get the same fibre, Coq de Leon fibre, the medium Pardo. Just bring it 90 degrees from the stem. Once you're happy, you can tear it away. Tail. I usually come in with 3 or 4 turns just to make sure it doesn't move. Trim away the waist. Some black pheasant tail here. Again, bring it 90 degrees out for the stem. Tips will line up. Just going to go back a turn or 2. Just come over with a turn. Draw it into the tips. And you work your way up. Oops. And then you just do your body, but wind the pheasant tail the opposite way you wind your thread and your rib. Best to bring that the opposite way, because the strongest way to tie on anything is to wind it the same way you're winding your thread. So we crush rib that, so we turn onto the material, turn onto the hook to lock it in. Trim that away. We bring the rib up. And across, 3 or 4 turns, make sure it's secure. Now the waist piece, keep a hold of that, because we're going to actually form legs with it. So I'm just going to double it up. Make sure my bead's sitting right. So just catch it on my side, 2 or 3 turns up near the bead, and down the other side. You can trim these at the moment, you can see the length, so you can cut it towards the end of the body or slightly less, it's up to yourself. So you just basically when it wants to give the impression of just a wee bit of movement, a bit of colour. Now, any good dubbing will do it. One of my favourites is the Euro Nymph Flash. This is a black UV. It's a nice dubbing with a nice bit of UV in it. Very easy to dub. Slightly dub it on. Just fill up that kind of void there. Get your varnish. Just run it along the thread. Went 3 or 4 turns. And then wet finish. And there we are. You can obviously take out any fibres that's went astray. Usually you get them when you're wet finishing, but that's fine. There we go. So you've got your, if I was going to be fishing these, well, normally I would fish that in the point, the smooth one, so it drops quick. And then we've got this sort of rough, a good combination. Bead colour can change, it's up to yourself, it could be black itself, copper, silver, gold. Probably use more, pink's good as well, even in this one. Pink's, I mean, put it this way, it's worthwhile experimenting with different things, but these are 2-time methods that I would use in this type of fly, especially if I was bugging or Euro nymphing as they would call it now. It's really popular. You can see the wee legs. Nothing, it's just a wee bit of shine. You could pluck out some of this dubbing if it's just too much. And but anyway, it works as a team. You'd probably either use as well, mess about with the bead sizes, so you could either the 3.2 or the 2.8 or 2 3.2s, depending how heavy the water is. You can mess around. But usually when I go down in size and bead, I go down in size and flat and hook. It's just, it makes sense, like, in a way, but you don't have to do it. You could put a 3.2 on a size 16. It still work. But I think it's a nice balance in having the different sizes. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And again, thanks for watching.